So Bethesda cleverly hid some brand new gameplay of Fallout 4 within a trailer about Fallout Shelter. I'm going to play that right now, but I will return later in the video. See you guys later.
Why don't we ask the newcomer? You support the news?
What newspaper are you talking about?
Mine. Public Occurrences. And we're the hard look at the truth. Look, I gotta go get settled in, but, stop by my office later. I have an idea for an article you'd be perfect for.
So hello there, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders. We get our first look at Piper from Fallout 4. She's going to be one of the available companions on offer in the game. There's going to be a total of a dozen or so companions that you can take on in Fallout 4. You can only have one at a time, though. But there were some details you may have missed from this small snippet. I know, it's crazy. There's actually some details within there. The big one being the guard in the background. As you can see, he is decked out in what appears to be baseball armor. This could actually be a thing where you can collect baseball memorabilia, armor, and that sort of thing, simply because Diamond City revolves around a baseball field, such as Fenway Park. It's its representation of the real-life Fenway Park. Since we're seeing so much baseball theme in the game, I'm seriously wondering once again if we will see a baseball minigame. Now that is 100% speculation, but I really wouldn't be surprised if that actually ended up happening and some of the perks actually went to the baseball minigame. But that would be really cool, even as DLC or something like that, because this theme is becoming very consistent within the world of Fallout 4. Now, just like many RPGs, you have multiple choices to answer Piper about the newspaper. You could hate the newspaper, and again, with your companion, you could really piss them off. I'm extremely curious to see how this works in the future. If you can gain a companion and piss them off so much they just leave your side, maybe they will be worse in combat or just abandon you completely. And I'm also curious to see what bonuses you get for getting along with your companion. Now, of course, you can also romance Piper. Don't know if you will be able to do that for the dog or Mr. Handy, but we will be finding out soon enough, and I'm curious to see if they include controversial subjects like android companions that you could romance. Who knows? I'm hoping that they actually do get wacky with this and they're not afraid to. Because that's something about Fallout, is they aren't really afraid to get wacky with some things. So we'll see what happens with that. And right there, I should clarify, I'm talking about more of the Ghost in the Shell type of thing with the androids only. I really don't want to see anything with the dog, of course, or Mr. Handy. But I think it would be absolutely hilarious to attempt some sort of romance with Mr. Handy just to see his reaction. Now that would be freaking hilarious. Or to see NPCs reacting going, what in the world, dude? I know it's the apocalypse, but there's something seriously wrong with you. Now, she says that she has an idea for an article that he'd be perfect for. I think this is an indication of romance, of course, but she does run her own newspaper. And you cannot neglect the power of information, especially in the Wasteland. I imagine communication would be difficult. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the newspaper ended up being a bigger mechanic in the game. Perhaps you can influence public opinion about yourself, a faction, or something like that by using her and her newspaper and public relations skills. That would be really cool to be able to influence enemies in that way before you even arrive to their encampment. Maybe you've built up this whole story about yourself. Now, this is 100% speculation, but it would make an awesome feature in the game. And you know, Bethesda has previously mentioned that they don't want the ultimate goal of romance to be sex. Now, a lot of things are carrying over from Fallout Shelter. Of course, we see characters like Piper being shared between Fallout Shelter and Fallout 4. Same thing is true about Preston. A ton of features, including how the actual radiation works. But it makes me curious, and I'm going to go into major speculation here, so you've been warned, about babies. Could we honestly see babies in Fallout 4? Of course, beyond sex, you have children, and perhaps you could raise children. Now, this was a huge theme in Fable 3, so it's nothing new to video games, and I think it adds a lot to them and adds a new dynamic. So when you're away, you have to worry about what's going on with your family. I think it would also add a ton to the settlement building. But this feature has not been confirmed. Would be cool to see as a DLC for sure. So really digging the brand new baseball armor. I imagine there's going to be a ton of weapons dedicated to this baseball theme. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Fallout 4 news, gameplay, and much more. Thanks guys for watching, and I will see you in the Boston Wasteland on November 10th.